Let's see. I think we're good.
Is Karen in yet?
She's coming.
No, yeah.
She's here.
Okay, great. Hey, Karen.
Well, she's not in yet. Now she is.
Okay.
Embrace the cool.
Hi, Karen.
Hey there, how are you?
Good. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the October Augusta, Georgia land meeting. Hope you, ladies and gentlemen, have today's what, the 22nd? I
Yes,
hope you had a good month so far. Look, I mean, can you believe it? Halloween is next week. That means Thanksgiving is next month, right around the corner, and Christmas is not far behind. Sean, you got some extra Christmas presents you got to buy this year.
A few.
God bless you. So I pray everybody is doing well. So we'll go ahead and get started. Want to make sure we go ahead and do introductions first. I'm Chris Johnson. I'm chairman of the Augusta, Georgia Land Bank Board of Directors and Chief Deputy Tax Commissioner of Richmond County. Ashley?
Ashley Neville, Tax Commissioner's Office.
Lisa?
Lisa Williams, Land Bank Authority.
Sean?
Is it John or Sean?
Sean, I'm sorry. On.
John.
Edwards?
Yeah, Sean Edwards, Executive Director, Land Bank Authority.
John?
I'm John Manton, attorney for the Land Bank Authority.
Lauren? Lauren Dallas?
Lauren Dallas, Executive Director. Lauren Dallas, Executive Director of Augusta Tomorrow.
Charles?
Charles Williams, Tax Commissioner's Office.
Alvino?
Alvino Ross, Chief Appraiser, member of the Land Bank Board.
Rob?
Rob Sherman, Director of Planning and Development and member of the Land Bank.
Donna?
Donna Tyra, Code Enforcement.
Karen?
Karen Gordon, Garden City Jazz, and board member, Land Bank Authority.
Okay, did I miss anyone?
Hey, I'm here.
Jarvis?
Jarvis Sims, Interim Administrator, member of the Land Bank.
How you doing, Mr. Sims?
I'm doing great. How about you all?
Doing
Yes.
great.
Hi,
Hi, Karen. I'm Tadero's wannabe.
Hey, Pastor, how
Hey,
you?
Mike.
How are y'all? Good to see you.
So we have a full crew today.
One is on as well.
Who did I hear?
Hawthorne is on as well.
Okay, hey Hawk.
Hey,
Hey, everybody.
Okay, at this time, you should have received the package from Lisa that included today's agenda as well as the meeting minutes. We want to go ahead and approve the meeting minutes, and then I'm going to go into executive session. So if you ladies and gentlemen will take a look at your minutes if you haven't already, and then I will accept a motion from the floor to approve the minutes with any necessary corrections.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Motion has been made by Lauren Dallas and appropriately seconded by Alvino Ross to accept the meeting minutes from September 16th. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Do I have any opposals? Okay, then that motion passes. At this time, it is, I have for my Mickey Mouse, I have 207. 207, I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss a real estate matter. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded to go into executive session at 2:07 PM. And properly seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposals? Okay, Jeff, if you will take us into executive session. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to go back into regular session at 2:50.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded to go back into a regular session at 2:50 p.m. Are there any nays? Okay, we're back into regular session. I'd like to make a motion to accept as information the information on 418 First Street.
Second.
Motion's been made and properly seconded to accept the information on 418 First Street as information. Are there any nays? Okay, that motion carries. I'd like to make a motion to accept the revised fee structure as presented by the executive director to include the new fee structure for both the nonprofits and for developers, as well as the additional $300 origination fee? Closing fee. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded to, that's okay, Alvina. Motion has been made and properly seconded to approve the revised fee structure as presented by Executive Director Edwards. Are there any nays? Okay, that motion passes. I'd like to make a motion to give the executive director to make a credit bid at auction on a piece of property that we have an arrangement with a potential buyer using his discretion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Rob, is that Rob?
Yes.
Okay, motion has been made and properly second to give the executive director the ability to make a credit bid at auction on a piece of property that we have an arrangement with a potential buyer. Are there any nays? Okay, that motion carries. All right, and I still have a quorum. I know I may lose one or two here in just a second. Let's go to item B, approve request from Cheryl Jones, Payne College, to accept donation at parcel at 1511 Maple Street. Mr. Edwards.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to pull this address for you. So on my screen now, you're seeing the area designated development node by HCD Twig Circle, where James Brown Boulevard, Riceboro Road, and Twig Street meet. HCD as master developer is leading the effort to do revitalization of this corridor. And with your approval, we were able to foreclose upon properties just behind the first block of the Twig Circle development node along Maple. Payne College currently has a property at 1511. The structure itself is not in good condition. However, the university is not in a position in order to be able to do anything with it. We anticipate that as Mr. Wiltshire is able to continue down Twigs, developing out properties and making those available for sale, that an investor could come right behind him along Maple for the properties that we acquire. It may be scattered site as opposed to being able to completely clear. But these properties become valuable as development and sales continue to happen. So being that it's coming as a donation and not with a price tag to us, we're asking to be able to accept that donation from Payne College.
I make a motion to accept the donation of parcel located at 1511 Maple Street.
John, quick question, is it
Who
a,
seconded that?
Go ahead, Rob.
I was just asking, is that a vacant lot or does it have a structure?
No, it's actually a structure on it, and that's one of the ones that we were requesting. We were already requesting the foreclosure on it because we had a developer wanting to build in that area, and so we had, before Payne College asked us, could they donate the property, we were already going to do a foreclosure on it.
Okay.
So this really ended up saving us some money, not having to go through that process.
Mr. Chairman, if I may make a statement.
Yes, sir.
I think that this is this is very pertinent take-in, and I'll tell you why. I mean, currently to date, we are developing on those lots directly in front, 1512, 1508, and 1518. So currently right now, we have 14, the development of 14 affordable workforce houses going on Twigs right now. So we're right in front of, adjacent to this property. So it won't be long before we start teetering back into that next block.
Okay, do I have a second? Mr. Sims has made a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
The motion has been made to accept the donation from Payne College of 1511 Maple Street, including accepting the cost associated with that donation. Are there any nays? Any nays associated with that? Okay, then that motion passed. Item 2C, approve request from Keisha Cobb, adjacent property owner, for assistance with foreclosure on parcel located at 3812 Winchester Court. Mr. Edwards.
Okay. Ms. Cobb and her husband actually reside here at 3808. For quite some time, they've maintained this property, at least some of the overgrowth that's coming to their backyard. And we received a phone call from her with a request to potentially acquire this lot. We had some very frank conversation with her just based upon its size, because initially it was described as something she would use to expand her backyard. But the parcel sizably is much larger than what they own. And so she then felt like it might be something that she could pay out of pocket to get subdivided and potentially sell the additional portions to her neighbors who may be interested in buying. I wanted to make sure I explained that to the board, because it is for that reason that she is not being charged a 30% adjacent property owner discount on the assessed value, because she more than likely will develop it and sell or not develop it, but subdivide it and sell those parcels off, as opposed to combining with her property. So she is being charged the developer's fee of 50% of the assess of 3812. But we definitely recommend to the board to be able to foreclose for that sale.
Questions, comments? Okay, want to do a roll call real quick because I knew I had some members that needed to leave. Lauren Dallas.
Here.
Karen.
Here.
Rob.
Here.
Jarvis.
Still here.
Alvino. Gone. And Mike.
If you're about to get, I'm leaving, but if you need a vote, I'll stay till we get the vote here.
Well, matter of fact, you can make a motion if you like.
All right. I would make the motion that we, I think that the request, am I right, Sean, is that we waive that fee? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Lisa, can you state that motion the way I should state it? And I'll make it.
Now we're not waiving a fee. If I made that statement, I was miscommunicating.
You're not charging a fee.
We are, sir. So an adjacent property owner through your side lot program pays past due taxes, our standard attorney's fees, administration, admin, but they get a discount on the assessed value. So 3812 has an assessed value of $5,400. As an adjacent property owner, that individual would then only pay 30% of that, which would be $1,612. But because the intention of Mr. and Mrs. Cobb is not to combine the foreclosed parcel with their backyard, which is a requirement, they intend to hire an architect to subdivide this lot so that they could sell those additional portions to their neighbors. That takes her out of that adjacent property owner status and puts her in the realm of a developer. She has no interest in building housing on it, anything of that nature, but she then doesn't qualify for the 30% assessed discounted price because she's not just trying to make her yard bigger, she's trying to go make some money.
So is the motion to approve her request?
That is correct.
Uh,
To foreclose on 3812
yes.
Winchester.
Yeah. Well, let's state it that way, Lisa.
Yes, sir. And who's seconding that?
I'll second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded to approve the foreclosure on behalf of Keisha Cobb for the parcel located at 3812 Winchester Court. Are there any nays? Any nays? That motion carries. Next item, approve request from Jennifer Sears of Truth Institute for the land bank assistant with foreclosure on property at 1409 Pickett Avenue.
Mr. Chairman, we respectfully gonna have to request to push that to next month's meeting. We've had communication with Ms. Sears and there's some additional documentation she was not able to get to us this morning. She's well aware that we'll bring it back to you in November, but she's requesting that we have that item deleted and bring it back next month.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to item E, approve request from adjacent property owner Ronald Huggins of First Street Rentals with assistance of, okay, we've already done that one.
Already did that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that was done. Item E, approve request from attorney to abate delinquent property taxes in the land bank inventory. John? You muted, John. You muted.
Got
there
it.
you go.
There is a email that went out this morning, everybody, reminder of the meeting, and there's an attachment listing the properties that the land bank is requesting, or I'm requesting to have the land bank approved so we can send that to the tax commissioner and have those taxes removed. These are properties that we as a land bank has acquired in the last year. And it's just this normal procedure to remove the taxes. We try to do at least once or twice a year. We just need approval from the land bank board to go forward to send it to the tax commissioner. This is also a good list to have because now we'll be able to keep track and notify the tax commissioner what properties are ours are being moved out of our inventory to collect our portion of the taxes that are collected on this property.
Which is 75% for 3 years.
Correct.
Do I have a motion to approve?
You want me to share my screen in case some don't have that in their email so they can see the list?
Is anybody who needs to see the list?
I sent it to everybody.
Okay, then
I'll make a motion to approve sending it for the abatement of the taxes.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and properly seconded to approve the list, abatement list to go to the tax commissioner's office by Attorney John Manton. Are there any nays? Any nays? That motion passes. Okay, item G, approve and this, oh, we've actually covered that. Okay. Let's go ahead, John, and do the update on the foreclosures and donation listing.
Okay. I just emailed everybody the foreclosure and donation lists probably about 20 minutes ago. So everybody should have them in their box if they want to take a look at them later. We have just recently filed, if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, about 12 new foreclosures have just been filed. We have another 4 that are in the tax commissioner's office right now for signature that are getting ready to be filed. And then we have 1 or 2 more and we're going to add 2 today. We've been trying to do them in batches. Makes it easier for us and the courts to do them all at one time and have them all assigned to one judge, have one foreclosure sale. We have a sale coming up in November of about 13 properties. So we're rocking and rolling. Any questions?
Okay. I have a couple properties, a couple things for new business that you didn't have on your list. John, since you're already at the mic, 1215 Perry Avenue.
1215 Perry Avenue is a piece of property that the land bank owns on behalf of a group of Chodos, I think called the Collaborative, I
Right.
believe is their name.
Yep,
And
you-
they're getting ready to sell one of those properties that they built a new house on. We have to have a resolution signed by Mr. Johnson approving that sale for the mortgage company. They are selling it to for $147,000, and we just need approval from the land bank board for Mr. Johnson to execute that authorization to go forward with the sale. So I just need approval from the board to approve the sale of 1215 Perry Avenue. I apologize.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded to have a resolution for the sale of 1215 Perry Avenue to be signed by the board chairman. Are there any nays? All right, that motion approves. However, Mr. Welcher, are you still on?
I am. I wanted to speak, sir, if I could.
Yes, sir, please.
So I just want to, so 1215 Perry Avenue, that is another corridor in which you'll have similar requests coming to you. This is the first of 5 workforce houses. So currently there are 3 additional workforce houses like 1215 that have also been constructed that are also under contract as well. So, I just want to let you know that this is the first of 4 that you'll have of like kind. So, which is, that's a great day. That's a corridor that has workforce houses. There will be a total of 5. That's where we partner with Warwick Dunn Communities to construct 3 affordable units. We also have 2 lease purchase units on that street, as well as a duplex for affordable rental. So that's another corridor that you can be proud of. But I wanted you to know this is the first of about 4 that should come to you very early.
If Mr. Welcher, I know everybody's wondering why I'm grinning like a Cheshire cat. I'd have one question for you. Since this requires my signature, I'm just curious, how much is that check gonna be now that comes to the land bank, that land bank portion?
No comment.
Look, you
No
just
comment.
need to say significant.
Significant, sir. I'm going through my boss. How about I'm gonna go through my boss?
That'll work. I want the money. Okay. And me and Mr. Sims will talk about that later. The next item for new business is 3005 Thomas Lane. Mr. Edwards, would you talk about that, please?
Yes, sir. I'm pulling it up now. So 3005 Thomas Lane is a property that's in our inventory. We received a request from Mr. Anthony to purchase that property. Prior to, he went and did request to be able to see it. So we did the release of a liability for him to be able to view the structure. The value on it, or let me back up. The condition of the property is at a point now that if we didn't have someone that wanted to buy it, we would need to do something with it out of our own pocket. His pictures show that the structure is in need of a tremendous amount of attention, and the house is fully furnished from the individual that's squatting in it. So we are going to strongly recommend to the board that we sell this property to Mr. Anthony He has submitted his documentation, does have proof of funds, going to be completely liquid. He is considering the possibility of renovating for himself, but his developer's budget is set for the possibility of using it as a rental. So some of the work will be done through subs that he'll manage, and he'll make a decision. Typically, we would not bring a property to you without knowing the end result. But in this case, based upon its condition, based upon the fact that there is an individual, and God forbid, maybe family residing in the property without utility service, and that there's someone who is considering using it as primary residence, we're recommending that the sale move forward of 3005 Thomas Lane to Mr. Johnny Anthony.
And what is that amount, Mr. Edwards?
Because it's in our inventory, our fees are only $1,400 on the front end, and total for the property. And Lisa, you may have this in front of you faster than me. No, you don't. I got it because you gave me a folder. Will be $8,150.
Okay.
Sean, do you have the cleanup fees included?
Yes, sir. Let's look.
Oh, yeah, you have to ask that those be forgiven as well, Sean.
Okay, my apologies. Then yes, I need to request that we also get approval from planning in order to be able to have cleanup fees removed as part of this offer.
Karen has a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any, we're talking about 3005 or 3007 right now?
3005.
Okay, are we having discussions about that adjacent lot that we also own?
Well, I don't know, but we own that one as well.
Yes. Is that a part of the conversation, or is that a part of a future conversation with this particular owner?
His request has not included anything other than 3005. Is the desire to have some discussion with him about the adjacent property?
Okay, yeah, I was just wondering if, because we own both of those lots.
Yes, ma'am.
Has that been a conversation?
Let me ask this question before you answer that. The 3007, is it a vacant lot? Or is there a dwelling on it?
Property report showing it as just the land, but we would have to go out and investigate it, sir, because we didn't look at 3007 at the time since the request was all 5.
And Karen, what I would say is let's let's make sure that he does what he's supposed to do with 3005. And then if once we see he's done what he's supposed to do, unless he asks us, let's wait to see what he's going to do with the one he gets. He's asking.
Okay. Okay, that sounds great. Thank you.
Rob?
What did you ask?
Remove the cleaning fees.
Yes, it's 1,427, and those are from 2006 and 8. So yes.
Okay. All right. Can I have a motion to approve the sale? I make a motion to approve the sale of 3005 Thomas Lane to Mr. Johnny Anthony for the price of $8,150. $150 for sale to Mr. Anthony. Also included is the abatement of the
development fees.
The maintenance lien that is on the property.
I second it.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Do I have any nays? Any nays? Sean, Lisa, is there anything else?
I'd just like to be able to update the board on an up and coming developer visit that we have on October 30th, sir.
Okay.
Our chairman and I have had the opportunity via Zoom to speak with the combination of Wade Enterprises, Next Level Investment, and Relentless Enterprises. It's a combination of 4 gentlemen who have done work in Atlanta, Houston, and some in North Carolina. Collectively, they have about 60 some odd properties under their belt. They work specifically in the area of workforce priced housing in each of those cities, all acquisition rehab. One of the gentlemen, Mr. Antonio Wade, has linkage to Augusta, family here, and then also his mother is now here. She's had the opportunity in order to look at our city and has gone to his investment group and plan to come down, as I noted, on October the 30th to do a site visit, luncheon, and conversation about the resources they have available and their desire to invest in Augusta. So I want to put that out to the board, and if anyone were available, just to stop by the TCO office. We'll start in the conference room at 10 a.m. Feel free to be a part of that tour if your schedule allows. And of course, we can get more details to you for the length of the day. But I did want to go ahead and put that date out there that we continue to get requests from folks from out of town that are starting to see the value of our city based on the development we've done and all of the investment that's coming. And they're excited about putting some money in our city. So if your schedule allows for it, 10 a.m. on the 30th, we'd love for you to stop in and just shake a hand as a board member.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edwards.
Yes,
Board members, ex officio members, Chuck and Ashley, John, anybody have anything?
No, sir.
Well, y'all have done a significant amount of work, and Lauren, thank your son for all of his help as well. Hey. So you ladies and gentlemen, the meeting is adjourned, and y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeff.